Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Breed, and welcome to another season here on Channel 15. As we start softball and baseball, we got a terrific basketball hockey season. We had 11 teams, basketball and soccer. 9 of them made the state tournament. 2 of them went, 3 of them went to the state final. 1 won a championship. Now we start. Ali Cadron, who's the opposing pitcher. This is Matignon St. Joseph Prep combined, taking on St. Mary's. Frank Woolley. Anna on the mound for St. Mary's. Hit foul off the fence that protects the Matignon dugout. It's been Matignon for years. They combined this year with St. Joseph Prep. And I guess what they do is, I didn't realize they don't have one uniform. They're wearing Matignon uniforms today. Strike 3 call, good pitch. They're 1-0. The first game, they wore St. Joseph's Prep uniforms. Now they're wearing Matignon, and they'll alter wearing a different uniform. So the girls have to remember what day it is and what game it is and what uniform. High for ball. Kaylin French, the shortstop, is the hitter. So both teams looking for their second win here in the early season. Both had games on the road. Good pitch for a strike. Frank Woolley got a lot of pitching last year. She came and pitched late innings. Lily Newhall was the ace. Outstanding. Moved on to college. Anna will take over on the mound. She did an excellent job last year. Nice to have experience back, especially on the mound. Strike 3 called. 2 up, 2 down on call third strikes. Taylor Daly, the first baseman, is the hitter. Down the way for a ball. Hit in the center field for a base hit. So Tyler Daly, the first baseman, gets the first hit of the game. She's at first with 2 outs. And Alicia Grossi, Grossi, I'll say it both ways, hope I get it right once. The catcher will be the hitter. Coach Parker back at the helm. In for a strike. Actually, Coach Newbury called. I go back when I knew it was Coach Parker, Colleen Newbury. Check swing foul to the backstop. Frank Woolley jumps on top. Swing and a miss. He chased that high pitch. So 3 strikeouts in the inning for Frank Woolley. 2 called, 1 swinging. The hit is left at first base. Matignon is down in the first. And maybe she'll have a chance to get on the board first. It'll be Ashanti Padilla, the third baseman, leading off. Brooke Maloney will play center field and bat second. Anna Frank Woolley The pitcher hits third. Catching and batting fourth is Roma Prade. Michaela Walker is the second baseman batting fifth. Gabby Marichal will play left field and bat sixth. The shortstop, Eliza Crean Oviedo, will bat seventh. Playing first base and hitting eighth, Angie Catino. And Riley Zukas, the right fielder, will bat number 9. Allie Cedrone on the mound for Matignon St. Joseph's. Weather is not too bad. Blue skies, a lot of puffy clouds, but the sun is bright. There's a little bit of a breeze, keeps it a little bit cool, but getting better, hopefully. St. Mary's played their first game in March, the last day of March, and talking to Colleen Newby, it was ice cubes. She froze to death. She said she'll never play another game in March again. Ashanti Padilla hits it in the left field for a base hit. So St. Mary's has the leadoff hitter on with nobody out. For Brooke Maloney, congratulations to Brooke Maloney. She was a member of the 2023 state champion girls basketball team. High off the catcher's glove to the backstop. The wild pitch will put Padilla at second base. Brooke was a first baseman as an 8th grader, and she was an all-star in the league as an 8th grader. She came back as a 9th grader. They moved her to center field. And she's an outstanding athlete. She's a very good basketball player, very good softball player, very good soccer player, 3-sport athlete, and a great young lady. Takes it high for a ball. When the breeze stops, it's actually comfortable here at Breed. Usually it's cold because we're not that far away from the ocean. She gets the bunt down, it's foul. High for a ball. Maloney making Cedrone work. Hit foul. Maloney hanging around. High for ball 4. Maloney works a walk. 2-1, nobody out. Pitcher, Frank Woolley, can help herself. High for a ball. Grossi had to go way up in the air to make sure that one didn't go to the backstop. Nice stop again, keeping runners in spot. So she went up for one, went down for the other. Kept them both in front. Kept the runners at first and second. High for a ball. She's on the verge of back-to-back walks and loading the bases. Taking all the way, it's in for a strike. She can still be fussy with the count 3-1. Hits it in the left field for a base hit. That's going to bring a run home. Well, Franguli helps herself with a base hit and an RBI. St. Mary's jumps out to a 1-0 lead. They still have first and second with nobody out for Roma Braid, the catcher. She's improved by leaps and bounds. She had a great year last year. Had some very big hits. It's just hard for a ball. High again, 2-0. So a hit, a walk, and a hit have given St. Mary's a run. And it brings Grossi out to talk to her pitcher. And it allows Braid to have a chat with Coach Newberry. Popped up right back to the pitcher. Michaela Walker, the second baseman. Hit to the mound. Cedrone knocks it down. That was going to be a base hit up the middle. Cedrone got a piece, knocked it down, and throws Walker out for the second out. Maloney to third, Frank Woolley to second. 2 outs. Gabby Marichal, the left fielder, will be the hitter. I'm not sure what the umpires are talking about. Discussion about something. I don't know if they thought the first baseman came off the bag or... Nothing's changed. There's still 2 outs in second and third. Hit up the middle into center field. A big 2-out hit for Marichal. A big 2-out hit for 2 RBI. She jumped on the first pitch. Maloney scores easily from third. Frank Woolley comes around from second. And St. Mary's has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Eliza Crean Avito is the hitter. High and tight for a ball. She's a spotting shortstop. Down and in for a ball. Grossi's been active behind the plate. Matignon. Line foul out of play. Punched in the left field for a base hit. Hustling over to third is Marichal. On the throw, Oviedo goes to second base, so it's second and third with 2 outs. For Angie Catino, the first baseman. The 8th hitter in the inning for St. Mary's. 3 in, 2 on, 2 out. Big first inning for St. Mary's. High and tight. He put his right hand up. I don't know if that was a strike. It was way up and in. Hit to right field for a base hit. It skips past. 2 runs are going to score. Katina was going to keep going all the way to third. She's got a base hit. The outfield error puts her at third. She's got 2 RBI. St. Mary's has put 5 on the board. They batted around. Riley Zukas, the right fielder, the number 9 hitter, is at bat. In for a strike. Looked like they might get out of it. They got back-to-back outs with only 1 run in. But then Marichal got that big 2-out hit, followed by a hit by Oviedo and Catino. Extended the inning. Frank Woolley helped herself with an RBI single. Marichal knocked in 2. Now Catino was knocked in 2. In for a strike. Up and away for a ball. Everything up the middle to left. Katina went the other way to right to change things up a bit. Tough pitch to take. Just missed. Padilla on deck. She's the leadoff hitter. She started this inning. Foul ball. Just a little tap down the first base line. Grossi got to it and it was foul. She draws a walk, extends the inning. Padilla led off the inning with a hit and scored the first run. She's up for the second time. First and third for the Spartans. Chases that high pitch. Swung right through it. Down and in for a ball. Zuka steals second base. So it's second and third again with 2 outs. Popped up, and it's going to go out of play. Hit the shot. Nice play by the shortstop. French went to her left, made a nice play. So St. Mary's sends 10 to the plate. 5 of them score, and they had a big first inning. They jump out on top of Matignon St. Joseph's. It's St. Mary's 5, Matignon St. Joe's 0 at the end of 1. As we start the second inning, St. Mary's with a 5-0 lead. Frank Woolley's she helped herself with one of the runs. Actually, 2 of them because she knocked in one and scored one. Bridget McCarthy, the center fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. 5, 6, and 7 for Matignon St. Joe's here in the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 called. So she starts the second inning the same way she did the first inning with a called third strike. 4 outs so far, 4 strikeouts. Down and away for a ball. We start the season now. It'll end right here. The regular season will end right here with the Holland tournament at the end of May. Same time as the Mullins tournament is played at Manning. Or I should say Fraser. We hope it's played at Fraser. Fraser is getting a new look. It's going to be fully turf. They're working on it now, so the baseball teams are actually playing over to our left. They're playing down their home games here at Breed. They're hoping it's only through April, and at May they'll be back at Fraser Field. Swing and a miss. Low for ball 4. Second base runner for Matignon. That was Bella Pagan that drew the walk. This is Caroline Kennedy, the left fielder. Swing and a miss. In for strike 2. Down and away for a ball. That didn't miss by much. That's another tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. The beat goes on with strikeouts. Sarah Bovarisic, the second baseman, is the hitter. Down and away, nice stop by Braid, the catcher. She swung at that one. The ball was in Braid's glove. High for a ball. Low for a ball. Hit foul past first base. Deuce is wild here at Breed. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Inning number 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Again, the beat goes on. 6 strikeouts in 2 innings for Anna Grangrulli. We'll move into the bottom of the 2nd inning. St. Mary's will have 2, 3, and 4 to face Ali Cadroni. We mentioned both teams looking to get their first win. And I believe we had a little bit of a history this year in the city of Lynn and probably elsewhere as well. We had one school, St. Mary's, have 4 teams in the same season play for a state championship. It's never happened in Lynn, I know. I don't know how many other places that there are a team that had 4 different sports play for a state championship anywhere. The boys football team won the Super Bowl. The girls basketball team won the state championship in basketball. Boys basketball went to the state final. Girls hockey went to the state final. And as I mentioned here in Lynn, 9 of the 11 teams, basketball and hockey, went to the state tournament. We also had Lynn Tech win a vocational state tournament. So it was a pretty good winter for Lynn sports fans. Brooke Maloney drew a walk and scored a run. Goes the other way with it and hits it foul down the left field line. Started to pull the trigger, held up, it was high. Wide for a ball. She knows the strike zone. She's not going to help anybody. And she's on the verge of drawing another walk. The only time she may help out the pitcher is she's down 2 strikes and has to protect the plate. Hit on the ground to second base. Nice play by Vovarisic over to the first baseman Daly. One up, one down. And then Frank Woolley got a base hit, knocked in a run and scored a run, helping himself. First two out of the strike zone. Hit over the second baseman's head for a base hit into right center field. She's 2 for 2. St. Mary's has a base runner with one out for Roma Braid, the catcher who popped up to the pitcher in the first inning. Nice stop by the catcher, Grossi, again. High and tight for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. Solid shot into left field for a base hit. Ripped that one. So after the first out, back-to-back hits to put runners at first and second for Michaela Walker. She thought she had a base hit and an RBI up the middle. And Cedrone made a nice play knocking it down and throwing her out. Swings to the pitch for strike one. Up and away for a ball. Down and in, off the catcher's glove, the runners will move up. It was down the dirt, the pitch bounced off. Grossi. So now second and third. Walker with a chance for a couple of RBI. High for a ball. Gabby Marichal got a huge hit in the first inning, a big two-out hit, knocking in 2 runs, scored a run. She's on deck. Hit in the center field for a base hit. 2 runs they're going to score. So Walker made sure the pitcher didn't knock that one down. Frank Woolley scores a second run. Braid comes around to score. Walker's the third St. Mary's player with 2 RBI with the hit. One of them is up at bat now, Gabby Marichal. She's the left fielder. She got that big 2-out hit. After they get 2 outs, looked like they might hold St. Mary's to a run. Hit in the air, it's going to drop in for a base hit. She's got her second hit. St. Mary's has first and second with 1 out. 3 consecutive hits. Eliza Crean Avito got a base hit and scored a run in that big 5-run first inning. They stop by Grossi again. Pitch in the dirt. In for a strike. Way up and in, almost hit her. And it's ball 4. So after an out, 4 hits and a walk. A run in, the bases loaded, 1 out for Angie Catino. She was the second 2 RBI hit in the first inning. She dumped one in the right field. When it skipped by the right fielder for an error, she wound up at third but got stranded there. And big discussion on the mound. Sodrano stays in. So Catino, the first baseman. Seventh hitter in the inning. Popped up. Pitcher will make the play. She jumped on the first pitch. Riley Zukas, the right fielder, drew a walk. Hit foul. High chopper that just bounced outside the first baseline. She hit foul out on the first base side. Now she hits foul outside the third base line. She goes both ways. So trying to stop the bleeding. 3 on, 2 out, 2 runs in. Hit in the left field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. They throw the ball home. Safe at third, running over the third. Another 2 RBI hit. Walker scores. Marichal scores. Karina Avila went to second one, then she went to third when the ball went to the plate. So they batted around. They had 10 in the first inning. This is the 9th hitter in the second inning. Lucas gets her second stolen base. High for a ball. Pop foul behind home plate, out of play. Umpire's waiting for the ball to come back. He didn't realize they got a ball back already. We'll get back to softball. Nice stop again by Grossi. And that's ball 4. So they do it again. They sent 10 to the plate in the first inning, scored 5. Maloney will be the 10th hitter in this inning. And they've got 3 on the board. Excuse me, they got 4 on the board. Off the catcher's glove, but they hesitate so they don't go. Maloney led off the inning, grounding out second to first. She drew a walk and scored a run in the first inning. Off the catcher again. Grossi's getting a workout in these first 2 innings. Three on, 2 out, 4 runs in. Another big inning for St. Mary's. That one went off. I think it went off the foot or the leg of Maloney's foul. Solid shot to right field over everybody. That's going to clear the bases. They're sending Maloney home, and she's going to get a grand slam. St. Mary's blowing this one open. She drilled that over. She can fly. Well, the grand slam. 7 runs in the inning for St. Mary's. They put up a dozen. Frank Woolley is 2 for 2. She knocked in a run, scored 2. And she struck out 6 in 2 innings. This is a day and a half. Foul off her foot. Six hits and a couple of walks in the inning. They've drawn 4 walks. 3 of them have scored. Hit foul down the third base line. Hit in the air, Deep, high, and foul. Pump foul, out of play. I said 7 runs, 8 runs in the inning. 4 of them on Maloney's grand slam. Hit in the air to center field. They get Frank Woolley for the first time. So another huge inning for St. Mary's, on the verge of a walkaway here. We only played 2 innings. St. Mary's has scored 13, shutting out Matignon St. John's Prep. 13-0 at the end of 2. It'll be 9-1-2 for Matignon as we start the 3rd inning. In for a strike. Frank Woolley now got a lot of runs to work with. Up and away for a ball. The highlight of that inning, of course, the grand slam by Brooke Maloney. She ripped it over the right fielder's head, and she can fly. He called an illegal pitch against Frank Woolley. I'm not sure what that was about. He's coming out to explain it to her. I don't know if he said she stopped or she started twice. Once you start, you have to throw. Swing and a miss. 9-1-2 for Matignon here in the 3rd inning. And we're on the verge of making this a 5-run game, a 5-inning game. Missing wide for a ball. Abby Coyle, the right fielder, is the hitter. Popped up, it's going to go foul. Out of play. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. She started all 3 innings with a strikeout. This one a swinging strikeout. The other 2 were called. Colleen Newby, head coach, out to talk to her pitcher. Colleen was an outstanding player. Colleen was the first slapper. Played for Bishop Fenwick. Won all kinds of state championships. Won one as a coach. Helping out assistant coach. In for a strike. But she was an outstanding player. And she's been a very good coach. Up and away for a ball. She was at St. Mary's. Left, and I think she went to Danvers because her daughter was, going to school in Danvers. That's going to be the first out that's not a strikeout. Kayla Walker making the play. Riley Williams is the new first baseman. I just happened to catch the number. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Colleen Newby made her first substitution. Actually made her second substitution. Lori Surreal is in right field. Hit foul on the right side. Down and in for a ball. And that's ball 4. So a 2-out walk. Second walk given up by Frank Woolley. Taylor Daly had a base hit. She's got the only hit from Matignon. She got a 2-out single in the first inning. Wide for a ball. And I just happened to notice this is not Frank Woolley on the mound. In for a strike. I just happened to notice this is Eliza Crean Avito, who was the new pitcher. Frank Woolley was gone to left field. Swing and a miss. Hit in the right field for a base hit off the right fielder's glove. They throw it away again. The runner will. So Daly gets her second hit. Two errors on the play. The ball went off the right fielder's glove. Allowed the runner to go to third, and then when they threw the ball home, there was nobody there. Allowed the runner to go to second, so it's second and third with 2 outs. Matignon St. Joe's trying to get on the board. Swing and a miss. High and away for a ball. Hit foul. So Colin Newby made a few changes. The left fielder Marichal went to shortstop. The pitcher went to left field. The shortstop went to the mound. Hit off the first baseman's glove. The run's going to score. Williams got a glove on it, couldn't knock it down. Walker, the second baseman, couldn't pick it up. Matignon St. Joseph's gets on the board with an unearned run. In for a strike. Hit the second, they'll get the force at second. So they get the third out, but a couple of errors help Matignon get on the board. So they get a run, a hit, a couple of errors, they get on the board. We'll move into the bottom of the third. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for St. Mary's. So they moved everybody all over the place. They put the shortstop on the mound. They put the left fielder at shortstop. They put the pitcher in left field. They brought in a new first baseman. They brought in a new right fielder. And it's getting a little bit cooler here at Breed with the sun fading away. So Drone will start her third inning. Roma Braid, the catcher, will lead off. She popped to the pitcher, singled, and scored. So she's 1 for 2 with a run scored. High for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Hit in the air. Nice job by the shortstop. Halen French, you made a nice play on a ground ball earlier, back in the first inning. And now she makes a nice running catch behind second base. Reaches, got there, takes a base hit away from Braid. One up, one down. Michaela Walker bounced to the pitcher. Single, knocking in two and scored a run. High and tight. Down and in. In for a strike. Hit up the middle. Actually bounced off the second base bag. Walker's got her second hit. Cedrone did a little bit of a dance to get out of the way from hitting her. Gary Marishal's having a day. Single twice, knocked in two, scored two. They throw her out. They get her for the first time. Nice play by the second baseman, Sarah Povarasik. Wasn't hit that hard, slow. Should make a good throw and made the play. Had no play at second. Walker was at second with 2 outs. Eliza Crean Avito, who's now the pitcher, she was the shortstop. She's perfect. She singled, walked, scored 2 runs. Down and in for a ball. Jammed her and she swung at it and fouled it back. In on the fist. On the inside corner. High and tight. That's ball 4. Fifth walk given up by Cedrone. 3 of them have scored. Kylie Williams will be up for the first time. She went in to play first base in place of Catino, who had a 2 RBI single in 2 trips. High in the air. Foul ball. Gotta golf that. Hit it a mile up in the air. Behind first base in front of the right fielder. As the breeze picks up now, and it gets very chilly here at Breed. It was comfortable right about 60, a little over 60, when we started with the sun out brightly, and the sun has disappeared and it has cooled off. Still having problems with softballs. Umpire's not liking the balls that St. Mary's is putting in play. So we're going to get back to softball. Back to Riley Williams at the plate. Does everything lefty. Hits lefty, throws lefty. That ball just got away from Cedric. That rolled all the way. It was like a bowling ball going in. The runners move up to second and third. So Williams with a chance for a couple of RBI. And she's going to get him. She hits it in the right field for a base hit. So Matignon got one. St. Mary says, we'll give you one. We'll trump you, getting two. So that wild pitch helped St. Mary's to get two more. That's the fourth hit that's knocked in 2 runs. And of course we go back to the big hit, Maloney's grand slam, knocking in 4. This is Laurie Surreal up for the first time. She went in to play right field. Line shot down the left field line. Everybody was waiting to see if it was fair or foul. Williams scoots over to third. So Surreal gets a base hit. She goes to second on the throw as Williams scoots over to third. So 2-out Lightning. St. Mary's, they get the walk, extended the inning. And then Williams knocked in 2 with the hit, and now Zukas keeps it going with a base hit. Ashley Padilla, the third baseman, has singled, walked, scored twice. She's been up 3 times. Nice stop again by Grossi. St. Mary's scoring in every inning. 5 in the first, 8 in the second, 2 more here. With 2 in scoring position. They batted 10 in the first, 12 in the second. This is the 7th hitter in the third. And it's ball 4. Padilla on for the 3rd time. And it brings up Maloney. Can she do it again? She hit a grand slam. She's up again with the bases loaded. Off the catcher, but she keeps it in front of her. Now we got Conference out on the mound. This is just a case of, will they only go 5 innings? Will it be a walkover? St. Mary's has got this well in hand. Got off very quickly, sending 10 to the plate in the first inning, scoring 5. sending 12 to the plate in the second inning, scoring 8. Maloney is the 8th hitter in this inning. They've got 2 more, and they've got the bases loaded. Maloney has walked and scored, grounded out second and first, and hit a grand slam, getting 4 RBI. I don't know if they don't have another pitcher, but Cedrone is suffering through all of these long innings. She's thrown a multitude of pitches. In for a strike. She's walked 5 and 4 of them have scored. Wide for a ball. Hit foul out of play over the St. Mary's dugout. Still trying to find softballs. Well, she took a long look at that one. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. She watched that very closely as it missed outside. Not by much. Hit to second base. They'll get Maloney, and St. Mary's will be out in the inning. Second time she's hit to Bavasic at second base. But St. Mary's keeps the beat going. They get a couple more. They sent 8 to the plate in the third inning. We finished 3. 15-1 St. Mary's over Matignon. We'll start the 4th inning. St. Mary's makes another change. Alyssa Soul is the left fielder. That puts Frank Woolley out of the game. And Kriya Avita will start her second inning of work. Frank Woolley went the first 2 innings, gave up a hit, struck out 6, and walked a batter. And Kriya Avita was not a very mediocre backup. She throws the ball pretty good. Up and away for a ball. Missing up and away again. This is Bella Pagan. She drew a walk her first at bat. She's the third baseman. 6, 7, and 8 for Matignon St. Joe's. Hit to second base. Walker over to Williams. One up, one down in the 4th. Caroline Kennedy, the left fielder, will be the hitter. She struck out back in the second inning. All 6 outs in the first 2 innings by Frank Woolley were strikeouts. In for a strike. Up and away for a ball. Up and away again. Swing and a miss. In on the hand, she swung right through it. Hit slowly to second base. Walker quickly makes the play. Good job. 2 quick outs, both assists going Michaela Walker. Sarah Povarasik, the second baseman, struck out swinging in the second inning. Up and in for a ball. In for a strike. The umpire getting on my nerves. He pointed with his right hand. You can't use that right hand. If you're an outfielder, you might think that's a strike. That's a strike. He waved with his hand saying wide. But you can't do that with your right hand because people out in the field think he's calling a strike. Swing and a miss. And Obesito gets her first strikeout. And we have our first 1-2-3 inning of the game. And Matignon will be down to that last at bat because we can't go more than 5 innings with St. Mary's leading at 15-1. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for St. Mary's. Alyssa Soul, who went into play left field, will hit in place of Anna Frank-Woolley. Frank-Woolley had 2 hits in 3 trips, knocked in a run, scored 2, pitched 2 innings, struck out 6, gave up a hit and a walk. Not a bad afternoon for the young Spartan pitcher. And Abby Coyle, the right fielder, is the new pitcher. Bella Pagan, the third baseman, will go to right field. So Durano will go to shortstop. I'm assuming the shortstop French went to third base. So Soul up for the first time. That one bounces. So Cedrone goes 3. Gives up 15 runs, 14 hits, 5 walks. 4 of the walks scored. They're finally going to give Cedrone a rest. She had to battle through those 3 long innings. Sliced in the right field. It gets by. Around first. Heading for second. She's got a double. They kind of overran it. Right fielder going to get it. It bounced and she was going to her right. She had to reach back and couldn't get it. So winds up with a double. Roma Braid popped to the pitcher, singled, popped to short. She's 1 for 3 with a run scored. In for a strike. So hit that a ton. That one kind of rolled in. In the right center field for a base hit. That's going to score a run. Braid's got her second hit. She's got an RBI. Soul comes around to score. I think this is Michaela Walker. They don't give us the substitutions, so I don't really know. It may not be. This could be Kylie Prezioso. Michaela Warren had 2 hits and 3 trips, knocked in 2 and scored 2. And it is. It's Kylie Prezioso. So Colleen Newbury has used her bench as Prezioso draws a walk. Gabby Marichal was the left fielder. She moved to shortstop. She singled her first 2 trips, knocking in 2, scoring 2. They got her the last time. She grounded out second to first. Now she gets her 3rd hit. Her 3rd RBI. A double, a hit, a walk, and a hit. Still nobody out here in the 4th inning. The Mirrors added 2 more. Newbury having a discussion with the umpire. This is Elisa Cleon Oviedo. She's perfect. Singled, walked, scored 3 times, and she is She was the shortstop. She's now the pitcher. And the sun pops out again. It's been missing for a while. Nice stop by the catcher again. Rossi has been active behind home plate. She's done a nice job. And that's ball 4. And the bases are loaded again. Third time they've had the bases loaded. Kylie Williams came in to play first base. Her one at bat, she lined a single in right field and knocked in 2 runs. And she fouls it off the backstop. So 3 on and nobody out. St. Mary's can do no wrong here today. They're piling it on. Missing for a ball. Hit deep to center field. Extra bases. 2 runs are going to score. Williams gets her second hit. A double. 5th hit for St. Mary's, knocking in 2 runs. Still nobody out. 4 runs in. Laurie Surreal has been up once. She got a base hit. She went in to play right field. She's got a chance for a couple of RBI. Solid shot by third base, foul. St. Mary's swinging the bat. They've got 5 walks, but they've got 18 hits. And they've been solid. No bunts here. Hit foul off the backstop. This will obviously be St. Mary's last at bat. Up for a ball. Yeah, just as I mentioned, the sun came back. It's gone again. Solid shot into left field for a base hit. She's got her second hit, an RBI. Would have been 2, but St. Mary's is going station to station with this humongous lead. Base is still loaded. Shanti Padilla, who has single, walked, scored twice. She's 1 for 2. They got her once, and it took a nice play by the shortstop, French, to throw her out. Hit in a right field for a base hit. Fourth inning. This will be the third time they battled around. Brooke Maloney walked, grounded to second, hit a grand slam home run, grounded to second. Still nobody out here. A double, a hit, a walk, a hit, a walk, a double, a hit, a hit. Slices it the other way, foul. Little inside out swing. St. Mary's has used everybody. Their 5 subs have played, and their 5 subs have got in the game getting base hits. Foul tip held onto by the catcher. Chased that high pitch. Off the catcher's glove, the runners will move up. Elisa Soul, who started this inning, I'm not sure what happened now. Oh, now I know. Maloney's at first base with a walk. On for the third time. Soul came in to play left field. She doubled and scored. She started this inning. She's the 10th hitter in the inning, and there's still nobody out. That one just rolled in. Hit foul off the backstop. You can pick Soul out from all the St. Mary's players. She's got the bare shoulders. Everybody's got this shirt on down. They throw her out at first, but she'll get an RBI. Roma Braid has got 2 hits in 4 trips. Scored twice, knocked in a run. And now she's got another base hit. That's the 6th hit for St. Mary's that knocked in 2 runs. And again, that's not counting the grand slam by Maloney. This is Callie Prezioso. She's been up once and walked and scored a run. in for a strike. So 1 out in the inning. The ground to the third, knocked in a run. Hit the shot. Off the second baseman's glove. They don't make the play. That's the first error. Gavin Valens is the new second baseman. That throw just went right off her glove. Gabby Marichal, 3 hits in 4 trips. She's knocked in 3 and scored 3. Talk about having a day. She's the 13th hitter in the inning. And she's on for the 4th time and she draws a walk. And the bases are loaded again. And I think they're going to call it a day. Coach came out to the umpire. They're talking it over. The umpire's down talking to Colleen Newberry. I don't think they're going to bother going through another inning. Although they're still hanging around, so we have to wait and see. Both umpires are talking to the Spartan head coach. Now they're going back out on the field. And we're going to keep going. It looked like they were going to just concede, throw up the white flag. But they're going back. I think the reason behind that is it might not have been a complete game. Now the 2 coaches are discussing with the plate umpire. I mean, it's just like, it's not like, you look at the score and you say, boy, Shamira's really ran the score up, but she's played 5 subs. They've hit the ball. They're just making plays. They're getting base hits. They're not really running, stealing bases. They're not bunting. They're not. They're not trying to embarrass the other team. Matignon and St. Joseph's only made 1 error. Samira's just hitting the ball, finding open spots, knocking runs in. They got 9 runs in this inning. They have the bases loaded and 1 out. In for a strike, saying she offered at it. And this is where the umpire comes in play. If it's close, Eliza Cranavito has walked 3 times and singled, and all 4 times she scored. Now the plate umpire coming out to talk to the base umpire. I'm not sure what they could be discussing. This has not been a good day. Matignon, St. Joseph's, they came in 1-0, starting the season. St. Mary's, not very gracious host. They're piling it on. And they're doing it just swinging the bat, finding open spaces. They're not stealing bases. They're not bunting. And that's ball 4. She gets an RBI. The bases are still loaded. Kylie Williams came in to play first base. She hits it at first. They'll get her at first. She had a single and a double, knocking in 4 runs in her 2 at-bats. Now she gets another RBI. Lois Sherrill came in to play right field. She hit at bat twice. She's got 2 base hits. Knocked in a run, scored a run. Goes to the backstop, but nobody's going anywhere. "16 hitters in the inning. They had 10 in the first. They had 12 in the second. They only had 8 in the third inning. Hit in a right center field for a base hit. She's got her 3rd hit, her 2nd RBI. The runner holds up at 3rd. Ashley Padilla, singled, walked, and singled. She's been on base 4 of her 5 at-bats. She scored 3 and knocked in a run. Everybody get in the act for St. Mary's. And that's ball 4. Well, the bases are loaded again for Maloney. This is the 3rd time she's been up with the bases loaded. She hit a grand slam. And now they come out. Conversation on the mound. This is not going to be a happy bus ride back for Matignon. They came in 1-0, looking to go 2-0, and they have not come close. They got a run in the 3rd inning on a walk, a hit, and a couple of St. Mary's errors. I'm not sure what they could be talking about that takes this long. Umpire's out to break it up. It started out all downhill for Matignon St. Joseph's. First 2 innings, 6 outs, 6 strikeouts. They did have a base hit, but it came with 2 outs in the first inning. They did have a walk. Both times they were stranded at first base. They put together a walk and a hit with a couple of errors by St. Mary's. And you would think by now the umpire would be, if it's close, you better swing the bat. But he's not giving him anything. In for a strike. Hit up the middle. It's a nice play by the shortstop. That's Cedrone, the starting pitcher, who makes that play on Maloney. That's a very nice play. So St. Mary's bats around for the 3rd time in 4 innings. "12 runs in the inning." They have 27 on the board. And this obviously will be the last inning. Eight more hits. 22 hits in the game for St. Mary's. And I usually wait until the end, but I'm going to do it right now while they're warming up. I'll go over. St. Mary's, Ashanti Padilla had 3 walks, 2 hits, scored 2, knocked in a run. Brooke Maloney had 2 walks, a grand slam home run, scored 3, knocked in 4. Ashley Sewell had a double, scored a run. Anna Franguli had 2 base hits, scored 2, knocked in a run. Roma Braid had 3 base hits, scored 3, knocked in 3. Michaela Walker had 2 hits, scored 2, knocked in 2. Callie Preziosa had a walk, reached on an error, scored 2. Gabby Marichal had 3 hits, a walk, knocked in 3, scored 3. Eliza Crean Oviedo walked 4 times, had a base hit, had an RBI with the walk, scored 4 times. Angie Catino had a 2 RBI single. Kylie Williams had a single, a double, a ground out for an RBI, knocked in 5, scored a run. Riley Zukas had a 2 RBI single, scored a run. Louis Sherrill had 3 base hits, knocked in 2, scored a run. Frank Woolley went the first 2 innings, striking out 6, giving up a hit. I believe this is Kate Morgan on the mound. Third pitcher for St. Mary's. Chopped foul. So Elijah Crean Oviedo went 2 innings, gave up an unearned run, 1 base hit, struck out 1, walked 1. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Abby Coyle starts the 5th inning with yet another strikeout. 4 of the 5 innings started with strikeouts. So Coach Newbury got to see everybody using all the subs. Excuse me. Hit foul. Well, the 2 big ones, Brooke Maloney scoring 3, hit a grand slam home run, knocking in 4. Kylie Williams coming off the bench, a single, a double, and a ground out, knocking in 5. To lead a parade. 6 times they got a base hit that knocked in 2 runs. Nine walks, 8 of them scored. The 10th walk forced in a run. "22 hits, 27 runs. The umpire has been very tough behind the plate. Balls and strikes on both sides. He could have made it a lot easier for Matignon with some of the calls. Cedrone draws a walk. Only the 5th base runner. 3 of them walks, 2 base hits. Right, Woolley gave up 1. Crean Oviedo gave up 1 hit. And now Morgan walks a batter after 1 out. Haley French, the shortstop, has made a couple of very nice defensive plays. She struck out, walked, and she scored the 1 run coming around on an error. Slices it foul down the right side. So St. Mary's going to go 2-0. Matignon and St. Joseph's, the combined team, going to go 1-1. And they can just forget about this one. This one goes right out the window. On the bus ride home, you talk about something else, and you totally forget this game even happened. As Cedrone took off, and she actually stole the base. Got a good pitch to run on. It was in the dirt. She was able to steal second base. Boy, good thing we don't umpire from out here, because those pitches are looking pretty good. Well, obviously, we can't even see home plate from here. And that's ball 4. So after a strikeout, back-to-back walks. It extends this game a little bit further. Taylor Daly has been a bright spot for Matignon and St. Joseph. She's got both base hits. Singled in the first. Her single helped get the run in There was a couple of outfield errors. The walk to French and then the single by Daly and the two outfield errors. One off the glove of the outfield, the other one throwing the ball away, allowed the run to score. Nice play. They tagged the runner out coming home. So we're down to our last out, and we had the runner get tagged and got, I don't know if she got knocked down or off her balance, but she's down behind home plate, being looked at by the coaching staff. We hope she's okay. The last thing you want to do is have somebody get hurt in a game like this. She's half sitting up. Let's hope she's going to be okay. So hopefully she went back to the bench, looked okay. Hopefully she's going to be okay. The last thing you want is anybody to get hurt. This is Alicia Grossi, the catcher. She's had a very nice game behind the plate. She's had a lot of work to do. Blocking balls, keeping balls in play, not letting runners move up. High chopper. She's going to beat it for a base hit. So they have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Bridget McCarthy, the center fielder, struck out, bounced in with fielder's choice 4-6. Hit foul, out of play. Hit foul again, out of play. Ooh, got one of the cars over in the parking lot. So Matignon St. Joseph's down to their last strike. High for a ball. High and away for a ball. Third out's hard to come by here. And that's ball 4. An RBI for McCarthy. Matignon gets their second run. Bases are still loaded for Bella Pagan, who was walked and grounded to second. Missing for ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Kate Morgan trying to finish it off after Franguli started the first 2. Eliza Crean Oviedo came in and pitched 2. Slice foul, and again it's down to the last strike. St. Mary's batted around and more in 3 of their 4 innings. They've only batted 4 times. Missing inside. Morgan makes the play to Williams, and that'll do it. So St. Mary's will go to 2-0. Matignon and St. Joseph's will go to 1-1 as St. Mary's just piles it on, batting around and more in 3 of the 4 innings, scoring in every inning. They only got 2 in the third, but they got 5 in the first, 8 in the second, 12 in the fourth, and they put 27 runs on the board. Brooke Maloney had a grand slam home run and scored 3. Kylie Williams came in relief at first base, had 2 base hits, knocked in 5, and scored a run. And everybody and his brother, they had 7 hits that knocked in 2 runs. And then they had the grand slam, of course, that knocked in 4. And everybody and their brother, the subs came into play. The subs got base hits. The subs knocked in runs. They used 3 pitches. Matignon just couldn't get anything going, and they only made 1 error. They had some walks that cost them, especially late in that last inning. But up until that last inning, the walks didn't really hurt them that much. It was just base hits by St. Mary's as they put the bat on the ball, and everybody that played got base hits, knocked in runs, scored runs, and it was just a total team effort by St. Mary's with everybody getting involved. And they'll go to 2-0. Matignon and St. Joseph's combined team will go to 1-1. St. Mary's wins it comfortably, putting 27 runs on the board, holding Matignon and St. Joseph's to 2, one of them unearned, and they win it 27-2 to go 2-0. So St. Mary's wins it comfortably with a walk-off 5-inning win. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.